Hey good people, welcome to the channel. I'm Musically Malnourished and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. Today we are checking out the 2021 album from British rapper and actress Little Simz. This is Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. Now, I've never heard Little Simz, so always looking forward to that. This album is a Patreon pick. So Patreon members, every month, we basically have a post. They all just throw things on there that they want to see. We, in a way, kind of upvote them, and then we do a poll. Those are the albums that get shown every single Wednesday. So if you want to be a part of that and see a whole lot of extra content, music videos, live performances, interviews, live streams, all that stuff, feel free to check out my Patreon. We're building a great community over there. All right, that being said, in the description, you'll find timestamps and chapters. So if you want to skip to certain songs, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm going to be listening to each track, might make a few comments along the way, but I'll keep some notes on my handy dandy notebook here. So after the song, we'll do a little digging, talk about things that stand out to us. Should be a good time. So without any further ado, the sun is shining. My window is open today. You know, I think it works. We're going to get in. This is track number 1, titled Introvert. It's like a movie opening. I mean, this is an entrance for sure. Ooh. Oh, that's smooth. Get it, girl.
The kingdom's on fire, the blood of a young Messiah. I see sinners in the church, I see sinners in the church. Sometimes I might be introvert, there's a war inside. I hear battle cries, mothers burying sons, young boys playing with guns. The devil's a liar, fulfill your wildest desires. Now I don't wanna be the one to doctor this, but if you can't feel pain, then you can't feel the opposite. The fight between the yin and yang's a fight you'll never win. I study humans, that makes me an anthropologist. I'm not into politics, but I know it's dark times. Parts of the world still living in apartheid. But if I don't take this winner's flight, that's career suicide. Though I should have been a friend when your grandma died. I see the illness, see my aunt laying in her bed. I see her soul rising as her body gets closer to death.
What are we doing? Oh, we got layers.
I need a license to feel internal wounds and I'm not trying to be healed. I sabotage what you're trying to build, cause the feelings I keep aside, but it's time to reveal. I hate the thought of just being a burden. I hate that these conversations are surfaced. Sim's an artist or Sim be the person. To you I'm smiling but really I'm hurting. I dedicate my life and gave my heart over 20-something years. Left wondering how I even feel, but was it even worth it? I bottle up and let's spill it in verses. One day I'm wordless, next day I'm a wordsmith. Close to success but to happiness I'm the furthest. At night I wonder if my tears will dry on their own. Hoping I will fulfill Amy's purpose. Angel said don't let ego be a disturbance. In the demon said motherfucker you earn this. Like they strip you of everything you're deserving. Realize realize there is a prison in us. We are conditioned as fuck. Man, it's like they can't sleep till our spirit is crushed. How much fighting must we do? We've been fearless enough. All we've seen is broken homes here in poverty. Corrupt government officials, lies and atrocities. How they talking almost threatening the economy. Knocking down communities to re-up on properties. I'm directly affected, it does more than just bother me. Look beyond the surface, don't just see what you wanna see. My speech ain't involuntary, projecting attention straight from my lungs. I'm a black woman and I'm a proud one. We walking blind, faith not knowing the outcome. But as long as we're unified, then we've already won.
I can't take anymore. Oh, I got chills, dude. Into a singing chorus.
Is an amalgamation of everything. Rules are not to be played by rebels. The story of never ending. Your introversion led you here. Intuition protected you along the way. Feelings allowed you to be well balanced. And perspective gave you foresight. The top of the mountain is nothing without the climb. Only the strong will survive. Only the strong will survive. Lonely, your truth unveiled with time. As you embark on a journey of what it takes to be a woman.
Okay, let me do a little walk around. Okay, dude, what the heck are we in for with this? What an opening. That's for me, and take this with a grain of salt because I am musically malnourished, but we're learning, we're growing, we're listening, we're expanding. That is one of the greatest album openers I have ever heard. Is bombastic the right word? That's what comes to mind. Let me make sure I'm using it properly. Well, no, not necessarily. Part of it. High sounding, but with little meaning. Inflated. Okay, no, that's not the word. High sounding? Sure. I mean, just, oh, dude, so powerful and big, and it builds, and there's layers and intricacy. I mean, we've got obviously the big music that sounds like a trailer, almost like a movie intro trailer, and then there's killer message within the lyrics, said so well, so clearly, in a wide range of topics, but obviously all centering on one thing. Gross. Lies, trying to unify us as people. Not lies unifying us. Lies, greed, all the things. And then the answer is trying to unify as people around what matters most. She brought attitude and softness. You had the singing chorus. You had the kind of spoken word at the end that was really like, get prepared. I love UK rappers. I don't have a lot of experience, but, you know, over the years, I've come across a few. I can't even name them. There was this one dubstep song I used to listen to way back in like 2009 that had this. I used to play it over and over and over because the accent with the flow scratches an itch in my brain. I love the idea that it seems like she's being very vulnerable in the sense of that I tend to be introverted, or maybe I am introverted. I want to keep these things on the inside. I want to keep quiet, but I've got to say something. And she was very vulnerable about some of her shortcomings and things within this song. Man, just absolutely amazing. Okay, let's see. The good thing is with this album, you can see it here on Apple Music. This should work. She has these little blurbs for each of the songs, which I think are also quoted on the Genius page. So generally we use Genius to look at a lot of these things. So I know at least for this first song, it's down here, and I expect that to be the trend. It tends to be a lot of times with newer and, I say newer, when was this again? 2021. Yeah, I mean, it's still newer. A lot of these newer albums, especially when they're very popular, they have a lot of good information. So, delving deep into her British-Nigerian roots, Simz's bold, politically awakening single elucidates her inner turmoil, ensuring she never shies away from her poetic vulnerability. Reminiscent of the album's predecessor, Grey Area, released back in 2019, Simz continues to fight on with her battle to tackle the national government's corruption and lust for money, no matter if their profits are to the detriment of others, along with the prejudiced calamities a black woman faces in a time of crisis all around the world. When asked by ID in April 2021 what she wanted listeners to take away from the light she had shed on the social injustices emphasized in the song, she replied, "People can take away whatever they feel. I think that's the beautiful thing about art. It's open for interpretation, and whatever resonates with you the most will stick. So I kind of just like to leave it open. I've spoken my truth." Effortlessly, the song as a whole is driven by a mighty cinematic fanfare and a powerful drumline, as if it were something no short of a triumphant rally cry, with an unwavering message. With unity comes strength, and with strength comes a war we must face if change is ever to be brought about, now more than ever. Well freaking said. All right, this is what she had to say. Introvert is essentially me finding power within my introversion, turning inwards and finding peace within myself amongst all the chaos that's happening in the world, just trying to center myself, ground myself, and ask myself real and honest questions in order to grow. This was always going to intro the album from the moment it was made. It feels like a battle cry, a rebirth, exactly. And with the title, you wouldn't expect this to sound so huge. But I'm finding the power within my introversion to breathe new meaning into the world. Ooh, Tiny Desk concert. Let's freaking go, dude. And a music video? Okay, all of that content will be up on Patreon. That's going to be so much fun, man. Okay, amazing. Let's see where she continues to go from here. And I do love that, the song title being Introvert and this song being anything other than that. It's almost like when an introvert has had enough and it's like, no, I've been thinking, I've been dwelling, because that's one of the gifts of introverts, right? They don't just say everything they're thinking. They think deeply and speak when it matters most. That's more of a discipline that us as extroverts, I would consider myself extroverted. That's a discipline that I've had to develop, because it's very easy for me to open my mouth. It's very easy for me to step forward. And so from an extrovert, the discipline for us is to learn to think before we speak, to consider before we step forward. And then you can bring the strength in that, right? For introverts, it's learning how to maybe be a little more bold, a little more forward, speak when you need to. Okay. Amazing. Here we go. This is track number 2, titled Woman, featuring Cleo Sol. this opening line. Keep in mind, she's also Nigerian.
Niger women got the melanin dripping. L-O-N-D-O-N, city girl living in the back, looking like fire chili pepper. Yoruba girl tougher than imperial leather. He was getting bitter while she was getting better. Diamonds are forever. Miss Sierra Leone looking like
dude, Sierra Leone comes up so much in a lot of artists.
You wanna live when no one watching how you spend. Got a thing for the finer things and the finer men. Miss Tanzania, she a do or die. Says she wanna know more about the Sukuma tribe. We hit the zoo, once wasn't enough. Got an ocean full of knowledge, you could scuba dive. Miss Ethiopia can play so jazzy. They sit you down to school, you want Selassie. Tell them you're nothing without a woman, no. Woman to woman, I just wanna see you glow. Tell them what's up. Honeys, know you repping for your country. Sun kissing your brown skin, looking like money. Says she focusing on being an accountant. When you have beauty and brains, they find it astounding. Why? She been getting it on her own, nigga. Self-made, ain't nobody doing gold digger. Now, Miss India always speaks with her chest. Got respect from her people, cause she leads them the best. Real life queen in the flesh, know the crown get heavy.
Oh, this is so hard, dude.
Brooklyn ladies, know you hustle on the daily. Innovative just like Donna Summer in the 80s. Your time is seeing you glow now. Intelligence and elegance, show 'em how. Miss Jamaica understand food for the soul. She get up in the kitchen or she throw down. Ain't nothing without a woman, no. Woman to woman, I just wanna see you glow. Tell 'em what's up. So ahead of time, and you know that you're fine. You're so damn fine, girl. She a gonna girl, calm with it, never let the marijuana fail. Though a sucker for the romance, take you to the homeland. One way, she ain't coming back, nah. All I see is black stars and I friggin' love it, yeah, yeah. Time's up, tell the people that we coming, yeah, yeah. Done being in the shadow, going public, yeah, yeah. Don't know how to bear it, how to stomach, yeah, yeah. Hand over the shit and let us run it, yeah, yeah. All we know is looking clueless, all they know is stare, stare. Ain't nothing without a woman, no. Woman to woman, I just wanna see you glow, glow, glow. Go from 0 to 100 and leave the dust behind. You've got this and lead them with your light. You woman got to woman, I just wanna see you now. Tell them what's up.
You know, Cindy, sometimes, you know, I just look around and I just think of all the things we've gone through, all the great things in life, and all the horrible things that are just the other half of the great things in life. And how you don't really get greatness without sacrifice. You don't get good things without a little bit of pain. And how happiness is the substitute for the emptiness that you can sometimes feel on the other side. And, you know, it just reminds me to call you, but then you never pick up the phone.
Man, love that song. The mention of all the different nationalities. It's always interesting, you know, speaking as a man speaking of any piece of art that is woman focused and woman empowerment, because even on the channel, haven't always had the greatest time, you know, because a lot of people I think are like, well, we don't really want to hear it from a man, which I don't get that sentiment. And then they think, you know, there's the kind of the whole performative male thing. Listen, as someone who's been married for nearly 17 years to a strong, internally strong, outspoken, well, I mean, she is strong in every sense of the word. She is the glue to our family. She is the love of my life. I have a 10-year-old daughter who is an incredible young woman. And the thing, she's so kind, so sweet, so beautiful. And the side for her that we are encouraging is the side for her to stand up for herself, to take all that kindness, all that generosity that she carries, but also to help her see, like, yes, but there are people that want to take advantage of that. There are people that are going to treat you like dirt. And we want you to be forgiving. We want you to be generous in every arena of life. That means generous with your forgiveness. However, I also, and especially my wife encouraging this in her, teaching her how to stand strong for herself. All that being said, I love songs like this that empower femininity, because women are incredibly strong in every arena of life. One of my favorite stories is this one where essentially there was a cave or like a mine crash in or whatever. And in this town, the community began to respond. The men naturally, because, listen, just let's look at the world with clear eyes. Men tend to be more stronger physically. We know there are cases. There are plenty of women that are stronger than me. There are plenty of women more athletic than me. But as the population as a whole, generally men carry more physical strength than women. And so the men begin doing what they're best at. They start removing rubble, getting machinery. But what happens as this exertion of strength and force and adrenaline begins to wane as hours go on and on and on, it's the women of the community that begin setting up long-term care, setting up the systems, the food, the emotional intelligence, and all of the things that they create, this glue that enables this work to keep going, and even logistically, all of that. And so I say that to say is I clearly recognize the strength of men and women and the roles that we serve. And I just feel like this song, it doesn't stray away from beauty, because that is an incredible strength of women, is their beauty. But at the same time, it puts forward all of the other strengths. And that's the same thing I want from my daughter. She is beautiful and she should be beautiful. That is one of her triumphs. But then it's beauty and strength in so many different places. And especially obviously as her gifts and abilities and interests continue to emerge as she gets older. So all that being said, I love a song like this that really highlights the strength of women. This says, Woman, the second single from Little Simz' sophomore album, is a track and homage to the women that inspire Simz on the daily. Woven into the showers of compliments and praise are several allusions to largely populated areas of people of color, including many countries throughout Africa, as well as Jamaica, India, and Brooklyn, New York. In keeping with Simz' writing, each line offers a deep perspective into the ways that women have aided in uplifting certain cultures, industries, and influences. Incorporating political innuendos into her work is nothing new for Simz. In fact, she commented on how natural her writing process is during a March 2019 interview with DJ Magazine. She said, "Everything I do happens on the spot. I was doing this when I was 15, 16, so tapping into those subjects and those places and going back to those days was not difficult. Sometimes you've just got to put yourself back in that place mentally and see what happens. As much as I'm a person that is aware of what's happening in the world, I can still very much be in my own bubble, where I shut off completely from what's happening because I'm someone that really takes things on and it actually affects me. So sometimes I have to make the decision to remove myself. I know I have a platform and I know I need to touch on things that I believe need to be heard." More of what she said. "This was made to uplift and celebrate women, to my peers, my family, my friends, close women in my life, as well as women all over the world. I want them to know I've got their back. Linking up with Cleo is always fun. We have such great musical chemistry, and I can't imagine anyone else bringing what she did to the song. Her voice is beautiful, but I think it's her spirit and her intention that comes through when she sings. In an article, Little Simz said, I love it when I see women doing their thing and looking flawless. I'm here for that. It's empowering, it's inspiring. I wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to celebrate them. Very cool. We got a music video for that as well. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of wonderful content to look up and into. Okay. This is track 3, Two Worlds Apart.
See the confidence, believe me, I am wavy. I need something deeper, money does not stimulate me. Whether you got mansions or got diamonds in your AP. Drama, 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 drama. Please don't tell my mama I've been smoking marijuana. Top pina coladas, getting loose in the Bahamas. Look at me now, I got a bitch, her name is Karma. I was moving wild, but now I'm calm.
It's a hard line.
We was on the front line listening to Kendrick Lamar. Still the same now, we just blow that yaya on our charters. 24s to Aussie just to hang with some koalas. Living in the present, still my future looking sweet. Jodeci and cherry wine, sipping on that Arrows Creek. Please let go of all your troubles whenever you're here with me. And patience, 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 patience. London born to stay girl to international sensation. Cutting through your settings, do not need an invitation. Basking in this feeling, if I must say, it's amazing.
I love her delivery on this. That's great.
Bougie, 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 bougie. You made her your everything, but she was just a groupie. I got higher standards, don't waste time trying to pursue me. You would trade intellect for an artificial booty. That's goofy, goofy, goofy. Tanisha helped
call it what it is.
Lucy. Now she kicking up a fuss like Bruce Lee. Okay, if you love me, baby, why'd you want to lose me? You use me, confuse me, accuse me. It's truly a movie. Covered with silver linings, it took time just to learn about timing. I got lost in it, you got lost in it. You clocked out me while I stayed bossing it. What it cost to be this damn hot with it. Who knew love would be so damn toxic? I'm intoxicated, exhilarated, finally moved on. How devastated for you, got my groove on. Meditating too, creating, making innovative moves. Listen up, honey. Never had a penny, now I'm on artist/actor money. Yeah.
Man, there are a lot of cool production decisions on that. Especially there's almost that like distorted part that comes out that I thought it was shifting into a new beat, but it kind of just went right back into it. I loved whoever it is that she has on this track, which we'll see in a second, when they cut up that section. Yeah, our two worlds in, our two worlds in, our two worlds in. That was really cool. And the sound that they put on it, it's kind of this vintage feel. And she just has this very poetic, simple delivery on this song. Speeds up a little bit toward the end. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, is this all sampled from Smokey Robinson? Yes. Okay, let's check this out. First, I love this sample. It's The Agony and the Ecstasy by Smokey Robinson. And Flo's chopped it up really cool. Agreed. this is my moment to flex. You had the opener followed by a nice smoother vibe, but this is like, hey, you're listening to a rap album. Yeah, picked up on that for sure. Whilst he was making the album, I was just listening to all these legends and all these records that they had made, and they had made them in like their 20s. And it's like you hear them and you think they must be in their 40s, but they were young and made these classic songs and albums. And it kind of just blew my mind. Like, wow, you don't really hear that no more. So I just felt some sort of calling to bring myself to that vibe and make it modern, but still feel old school and really hip hop. Because I feel like with the bounce on it, you can easily be so chilled, but you can also mosh. Oh, man. Yeah, it is an interesting thought. You know, sometimes it's like those videos that you see. It's like New York in the 20s or high school in a certain era, decades and decades ago, that you're like, why do they look so old? And not that every generation and every age doesn't have its vices and distractions and things like that. And also, you're generally talking about people who have made their way forward, and that's generally because they have something to say or they have an experience they've gone through, which gives them or has granted them the ability to gather wisdom that then comes through in their writing and in their delivery. These old souls, for lack of a better term. But it is interesting, you know, and I think part of that is because, especially in the day that we live, chronically online, very little time for reflection, very much the superficial that wants to draw our attention all the time. And I have to be careful to make sure my kids have a good balance, you know, because I know for me, that's kind of what I was caught up into my teens. And personally, for me, it was an encounter with Jesus that changed my life forever. I was headed in a bad way, and everything good in my life, any bit of wisdom that I feel I've garnered, has been through his help, through his word, through the Holy Spirit. And it is in these times of removing myself from the noise of the world, getting to a quiet place, or having people that I respect who could help shape my way of thinking, and all of those things, you know, that I think we have to make sure, to the degree that we have influence in a younger generation, whether that's your own kids or a class that you lead or a team that you coach, whatever small way you can help them think more deeply, consider, and all the while enjoying all the fun, silly stuff, or else you kind of become the, what's his name? It's Jaden Smith. Not to trash on him, because it's just not really my vibe. However, I don't know if you've ever seen that clip where he's like, my friends just want to talk about this and that. And I'm like, come on, guys, can't we talk about like the injustices of the world? And it's just a funny clip, because it's like, yeah, of course, man, there's a time for that. But it's fine to play some video games. It's fine to whatever, you know, talk about internet culture or whatever interests you, movies, things like that. But we don't want to get so lopsided, right, that we don't ever think about things that matter or are meaningful. All right, all that being said, let's hop in to track number 4, titled I Love You, I Hate You. This is beautiful.
So much, I would give my life for this. If the bullet was the beat, I would probably die for this. How many times did I cry for this? I would hate myself if I didn't at least try for this. What's at stake is bigger than me. Blood, tears, how it stains, can't rid it with ease. What we have in common is our pain. We're given the keys to unlock what it takes to fight for what we believe in. Hard to confront the truth of what you see in the mirror. Some people you inspire and others you trigger. Fighting in blind faith led by the internal voice.
True.
You might not want to do it, but you don't have a choice. Will the pressure take me to new heights or be my demise? Will my intentions coincide with what I advise? The people looking up to me doing everything right. But who am I to tell anyone how to live their life? Your pain threshold will determine if you survive. I'm amazed by it. Lying to myself, pretending I was never fazed by it. Maybe because you're in my DNA, that's why. Sometimes, always, but right now. You made a promise to God to be there for your kids. You made a promise to give them a life you didn't live. My ego won't fully allow me to say that I miss you. A woman who hasn't confronted all her daddy issues. The day will come when you gotta find all the answers to your sins. Pressure's a provider feeling unhappy within. Or what kind of external family shit up on your plate. But I understand wanting and needing an escape. Too much unsaid, now the silence giving me headaches. Only through speech can we let go of all this dead weight. Even though I'm angry, don't wanna be disrespectful. Trying to figure out how to approach this in the best way.
Dude, she's wise.
Feelings even on my best days. Never thought my parent would give me my first heartbreak. Anxiety giving me irregular heart rate. Used to avoid getting into how I really feel about this. Now I see how fickle life can be and so it can't wait. Should have been the person there to hold me on my dark days. It's easier to stargaze and wish than be faced with this reality. Is you a sperm donor or a dad to me and still? On this mission you live and learn. The world don't show you no mercy from birth. How do you humanize your hero? Round here you're only respected if earned. Half-hearted sorries can't let your guard down. To get to nirvana, where do you start out? Angry cause they don't meet your unrealistic standards. Then you realize that they're human and you calm down. Sometimes I'm unbalanced and I think, raw, why am I losing my steps? Lately I'm paranoid, I feel my life is a mess. I'm just using my voice, hope it will have an effect. He was just once a boy, often I seem to forget. Looking at Polaroids, a picture secretly kept. You know what was destroyed, but you don't know what was left. Trying to phase out the noise of all you hear in your head. Everything is a choice and anything can be said. Is you missing the point? Are you just hearing me vent? Or is you in understanding, knowing my words will connect? I keep you in my prayers, cause life is short as we know. Every mistake you make should contribute to your growth. What you choose to avoid will probably come in your dreams. I'm not forgiven for you, man, I'm forgiven for me. And sometimes Sometimes always.
Yes. The plight of children with their parents. I'm curious how that went with other generations. You know, little Simz and I are close in age. I think she's 32. She's 32, so I got a few years on her. 6 or so. But it's just interesting, and obviously it's the algorithm that feeds a lot of, you know, targeting who you are and the things that you look at and stuff. But the amount of like parent issues that have come to my generation from kind of our boomer parents is always so interesting, right? A lot of the ones that I see are, you know, we were like the latchkey kids or whatever, that a lot of our parents both worked, so we came home to an empty house and kind of raised ourselves to some extent, not to take away from the things that, you know, parents have done, and everybody's got different situations. My family was never abusive, but I can say to some extent I didn't have the best examples put forward to me. Nor do I feel like let's just put it this way. My wife and I both decided we wanted to do something different with our family and raising our children and even the grandparents that we desire to be one day. All that being said, man, she kind of hit it. She's like, I love you, I hate you. Sometimes I love you, sometimes I hate you. Always I love you, always I hate you. And just the difficulty that exists there in trying to reconcile all the feelings and not to feel ungrateful, but also to recognize like, hey man, you kind of screwed some things up. And we all make mistakes, obviously, but I will tell you, that is not the song my daughter's going to write about me. And I live every day intentionally to make sure of that. From a production standpoint, dude, it's so cool. The like distorted piano hits and the horns are in there. At some point you get these kind of tribal drums. There's just blending all of these styles in a very, very cool way. Fourth song, little Simz discusses the love she has for her father because he's family, but at the same time, she hates him because he wasn't present to help the family. That's why she loves him and hates him at the same time. Said this wasn't the easiest song for me to write, but I'm super proud that I did. It's an opportunity for me to lay bare my feelings on how that family situation affected me growing up and where I'm at now, at peace with it and moving on. At first, I was fighting it because I didn't want to give my dad the stage. Yeah, that's always the challenge, right? And that's the part in her that's like, I don't necessarily want to be disrespectful. But the more I thought, it's not about him. It's about me and my feelings about it. Well, and the many others that have similar situations. Just approaching it from a more emotionally mature angle. Yes, I pick up. She's very wise in her honesty on this album so far. Had I written this song 2 or 3 years ago, my approach would not have been the same. I'm probably in a good space in my life to talk about this. And if we ever talk, I'm in a good space to hear him out. Man, did she do music videos for every song on this album? Really impressive. Okay. This looks like, okay, so we got a little interlude here with track number 5 titled Little Q Part 1. Generally with interludes, we'll just let it roll into the next song and pick up after that. So let's hop on in. Track 5, Little Q Part 1 Interlude.
I know we ain't spoken a while, and it seemed like I only come when I need something. It ain't been an easy road, and I ain't angry the card you dealt me. I just pray that you make it all make sense one day, and let me feel like it's all worth it. Till then, strengthen me when I feel weak. Guide me when I've gone astray, and forgive me for my iniquities. Q.
We'll take a look into that after this next song. Let's let it roll. Cool. The vibes on this album are on point. The colors, the sound, the lyrics, everything. This is art.
Grew up in the south side of that River Thames. Hard to think outside the box when you're stuck in the ends. I had dreams of many things as a youngin'. I was 14 when the streets offered tough loving. Older brother went to jail, daddy weren't around. No choice now but to be the man of the house. If you're talking role models, nowhere to be seen. You can't fathom what I think till you been where I've been. PTSD from the roads. Trouble was everywhere that I looked. Hard to avoid it, even if I just kept my head in my books. There ain't no easy way out. Drowning eternally when you're stuck in the ocean of doubt with all this uncertainty. Live being angry my whole life like it's part of my DNA. I couldn't tell you why it became something that we embraced, and we take that same anger and turn it into someone else's pain. Nothing changed,
wow.
the cycle still remains.
Jeez.
When I had a brief encounter with death, all the pearly gates open when that knife was in my chest. Not the mental scars, the physical's all you see. But the boy that stabbed me is just as damaged as me. I could have been the reflection that he hated, the part of him he wishes God didn't waste time creating. The broken homes in which we're coming from, but who's to blame when you're dealt the same cards from the system you're enslaved in? It's fucking mayhem. Imagine being in a hospital wired up to the machines. They told me I had been in the coma for 2 weeks. But time is an illusion. My mind told me I'm invincible, but my body reminded me I'm human. When you're so close to the heavens, God shows you who's there. Nowhere to be seen are the people who say they care.
It's so insightful.
The people who came to read it, cause that gave me a second chance and many never see it. Q. We eat from a tree full of forbidden fruits. Not about what you see, but what lives in the root. We eat from a tree full of forbidden fruits. We all know real criminals live in the suit. At the sun in the sky, spread your wings fly. We're going high. We all know real criminals live in the suit.
Is this a children's choir? Hopefully we'll find out, or if that's her providing backing. You Patreon friends, y'all killed it with this selection. Thank you. Okay, let's hop into that interlude and see what we've got going on there. This says, Little Q is my cousin on my dad's side. We grew up together, but then there was a stage where we didn't really talk for some years. No bad blood, just doing different things. So when we reconnected, we had a real heart-to-heart. And I heard about all he'd been through. It made me feel like, damn, this is a blood relative, and he almost lost his life. So the song she just sang, I'm assuming, was about his story. I thank God he didn't, but I thought of others like him. And I felt it was important that his story was heard and shared, so I'm speaking from his perspective. Cool. Let's hop into the song following that. A song about her little cousin's experience growing up in a poor environment. She said, I grew up in North London. Little Q was raised in South, and as much as we both grew up in inns, his experience was obviously different to mine. Being a product of an environment or system that isn't really for you, it's tough trying to navigate that. I wrote Little Q Part 2 about my cousins from his perspective of what had happened in his life. I thought his story was important and thought it should be heard. There's so many young black boys in London that have his story. Thank God my cousin didn't lose his life, but unfortunately, not everyone's lucky. When these young people lose their lives, it affects that family and friends. But the world goes on, they become another number, another statistic, and nobody cares. I just felt that there should be more awareness on it, and I wanted to tell his story. Yeah, there were a few lines that she said in here that were so good, so insightful. Obviously the idea of not having role models. We take that same anger and turn it into someone else's pain. Nothing's changed here. The cycle still remains. I watched this Key and Peele skit the other day that was really interesting. Essentially, it was like this kind of, nerdy kid sitting on the steps outside the school reading a book, and then the cool kid comes out with his friends and decides to pick on him, but he says everything that he's actually thinking inside, so he like hits the book away, and the kid's like, why did you do that? And he's like, because I hate myself, and because I'm stupid, and when I watch you read, it makes me feel stupider. And then he's like, okay, well, thanks for sharing your feelings. He's like, I don't want to share my feelings. And so he keeps saying all the things that he actually feels inside, but he's bringing out in bad actions toward another person. It's really funny. You should look it up. But it is that kind of thing, right? That a lot of times we take the pain that we've felt and then we project it onto other people, as opposed to dealing with it, solving it, turning it into something positive. And even as I was speaking about doing something different with our family, that was my wife and I making a conscious decision to break a cycle. And there's a lot that is sad and sorrowful in it, but it's so hopeful because it is an investment in the future. So for instance, my wife and I don't necessarily have the relationship with our parents that we desire to have with our children. So we're thinking a generation ahead. And at the same time, our children don't necessarily have the relationship with their grandparents that we desire to have with our grandchildren. So they, in a sense, are losing something that will be an investment another generation ahead. And so you mourn what you don't have, but you also have hope to what can be. But it's on us to break those cycles. And so, man, I just felt impressed in listening to that. And from time to time, I do this in these videos when I just feel really moved, is to speak to you and to encourage you that you can break the cycle. Some of you have already done it. Some of you are in the midst of it. And some of you are looking forward to that's something. And whether it's towards somebody else or it's in your own heart, your own life, if you had what was role modeled for you was outbursts of anger and jealousy and greed and all these other things, whatever it might be. And they can be larger things or smaller things or whatever. There is that side of you that you don't necessarily want to be powered. You don't want your engine in your life to be like, I don't want to be that. But there is a part of that. Because it's kind of the same thing in a sense. I've never said I don't want to have the vision for my life to be opposite of what that was, versus I just know who I want to be, and some of it is informed by what I don't want to be. But I just want to encourage you that it is possible for you. Sometimes though, you're going to have to mourn that you don't get to be a direct benefactor of that, but you can be the one who gives that to the person who will benefit from it. So be encouraged today. And if there's anything like that you don't want to repeat the cycle, it's in your hands. Yeah, man, this was such a great song in every way. All right, let's press in track number 7. And there are a total of 19 on this album. All right, track 7. She's just given so much good stuff. This is another interlude that will go into track 8, titled Speed. Yeah, this album is spiritual.
Take your time. Inhale, exhale, breathe. Do you want 15 years or 15 minutes? Do not tire yourself out. 1 foot out of line and you'll be ridiculed.
I'm trying to live up to the expectations, putting everything I can into what I create. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. I'm trying to be the greatest version of myself. I know I've got a lot to learn and I can be stuck in my ways, yes. But honestly, more time I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
But understand, you're human. Be proud. Your light will shine in the darkest hour. Pressure makes diamonds. Do not fold. They won't silence you, but they'll try to. So follow your heart.
It's very like fairy tale, storybook. Dude. Roll it.
Niggas wanna put me in a box. Niggas think they're coming from a sport.
Oh, we're going hard.
Your life and no excuses. If I had a penny for all the rappers that I influence. I know what I bring, and why it's stupid. You should try that shit on someone that isn't being the truest. Figured I'd just leave you niggas to it, but watch how you step. Promise you don't wanna see me lose it. No. Niggas know I got the shit on lock. Niggas think they're coming from a sport. Don't you know you're dealing with a boss? I'll make winners out of any loss. I think I do just what I please. I'm already a legend, you should humble your speech. Age 101, disturbing the peace. I think I'm Kanye West, I see the blood on the leaves. Motherfuckers ain't ready for my steez. Motherfuckers monitoring my speed. I'm running with ease, I am me. Catch up if you please, I got 'em singing. Influential as fuck, I shouldn't keep my skin. All this ink in my pen is what led me to win. Do my thing then I dust, I don't linger for fun. Oh, you wish you could come, wanna be my +1. Give a fuck about your style or the latest of trends. If you knew what it took just to get out the ends. Wanna stay where I stay, know you owe me some rent. Still running with ease, marathon not sprint, nigga. You could tell I'm really going at it. They know when I drop this problem.
So good.
On the move, I'm never static. I'll go in the booth and show you magic. Got a hard drive full of classics. I keep that shit locked up in the attic. If I bring 'em out, it's a wrap though. I'm not sure if these niggas can hack it. Still running with ease, marathon not sprint.
We've got to look up who was producing this. She ate that. Let's take a look at this real quick. Who produced Sometimes I Might Be Introvert? The album is produced by frequent collaborator Inflow, and it includes guest appearances from Cleo Sol, Obongjayar. Album received widespread acclaim, was named the best album of 2021 by Exclaim, BBC Radio. Inflow. Ooh. We've got a Making a Beat with Little Simz and Inflow video. Let's go. These are my favorite. Need to make a note about that. Okay. I definitely don't want to forget about that one. Very cool, man. Who else? Oh, well, Little Simz sues her producer Inflow. We'll stay out of that for now. Let's just keep it on the nice stuff. If you have any information about that, feel free to drop it in the comments. Okay. So let's go look back real quick at this interlude. The Gems interlude. Another turning point, reminding myself to take time, breathe, you're human, give what you can give, but don't burn out for anyone. Put yourself first, just little gems that everyone needs to hear once in a while. Okay, cool. And then Speed. Masterclass in braggadocious hip-hop. Says this track sends another reminder, this game is a marathon, not a sprint, so pace yourself. I know where I'm headed, I'm taking my time with little breaks here and there. Now I know when to really hit the gas and also when to come off a bit. Yeah. Couldn't help but dance to that one. So thank you for entertaining Uncle Malnourished here on the internet. All right. Track number 9. This is Standing Ovation.
Why the desperate need for an applause? I'll wait. Is she the goal here? Well, it's safe to assume everybody panic when I step in the room, and I can feel that shit a mile off. Niggas is rapping about pieces. People are really dying, is that what's needed? I can't save your soul, you need Jesus. Tell me please, why the desperate need to be remembered? Everybody knowing what you've done, how far you've come. I'm guilty, it's a little self-centered. People change when it's about personal gain. I stay in my lane cause I'm not done with these checks. Give me what I deserve and do not speak on the rest. Don't know what has occurred and do not aimlessly guess. It's a gift and a curse to be this pretty and blessed. So blessed. Used to plug that 20-pound mic into the back of the Mac. Just so you can hear my voice. Always knew this was my calling, but I'm here by choice and things change. Shit been dark for a minute time. Delirious, it's hard to function on this winter's time. Mouths to feed, my nigga. Scripts to read, my nigga.
Back into it.
Overseas, my nigga. Shit, left home for it. Jasmine just had a daughter, man, she's so gorgeous. Told me life is given life and I'm so for it. Maybe one day nothing's more important than families where the love stays. Dealing with society's pressures is one thing, let alone all of the problems that funds bring, but no stress. Understand it comes with the process. I
love the way she did that.
I'm so used to getting it on my own, yes. I know my people wanna see me win. I'll never let you down. Standing ovation for the one who's wearing a crown. I got royalty in my blood, I was born great. Don't allow anyone to undermine your fate. You've awakened the fearless.
I like how we keep dipping in and dipping out.
High beams and lucid dreams. But don't be so obsessed with me, you think you know what's best for me. Take my energy, come to find there's nothing left of me. Went from being small town to becoming my own entity. Went from being broke as fuck and trying to find identity to buying the finer things and isolating memories. What is it I'm meant to be? I think I need a standing ovation. Over 10 years in the game, I'm impatient. God has always told me to be myself. Let go and free yourself. Tell the truth and shame Satan. Now I gotta pave the way for the next generation that's coming up under me, and I love to see it. Thought I was bluffing, didn't see it coming. Hold up, think this is cold, you ain't seen nothing. The glow up, all they discussing, but I won't let it distract me. Load the pen up, cock it back and get to busting. Standing up to who I made the scene.
Oh, that's good.
Get it how I live it, how it bees right now. I got another 20 in the shit I'm cemented. Take over businesses, tell the kids start investing. We build the pyramids, can't you see what we are blessed with? From the hieroglyphics to the hood lyricists, the priests, the imams, the good books you live with, the Rumi quotes, the elder sisters, the tribal mantras, the jazz players, holistic doctors, spiritual teachers, doers and the doulas, the protectors and the rulers, the kids of the future, the immortal soldiers and the fearless protesters, the motivational speakers and the honest black leaders, the divine healers, the everyday low-paid believers, the overachievers in the shadow of the gatekeepers.
Very spoken word like.
Came down to teach us. All these trophies in the crib, but I'm sitting nice. After all the hard work that we put inside, everybody claim to be boss, but I'm a different kind. Hate it or love it, we rise above it.
There was one line in there that really stood out to me, and it went something along the lines of called to it, but I'm here by choice, which I think is really powerful, right? Because when you feel called to something, you know, which for me, from a Christian perspective, that would be like in prayer, trying to hear from God, like, this is really what I feel like he's saying I need to do, or where I need to devote my time or devote my life, or a prime purpose. And so that's what you feel like is a calling. But the other side of that is that it's the choice. Like, you do have to choose. You got to choose to put in the work. You got to choose how you're going to speak, how you're going to act, how you're going to use your time, what you're going to pursue, all those different things. So I love that. It's like this calling, but she's there by choice. Like, I'm going to step into what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, this is what she had to say. I take some time to reflect here, like, wow, you're still here and still going. It's been a slow burn, but you can afford to give yourself a pat on the back. But as well as being in the limelight, let's also acknowledge the people on the ground doing real amazing work. Key workers, healers, teachers, cleaners. If you go to a toilet and it's dirty, people go in from 9 to 5 and make sure that is spotless for you. So let's also say thank you. Yes, beautiful message. All of us, man, are doing things that are meaningful even when it feels meaningless. So let's all try to recognize that. All right. This is track 10, titled I See You.
Would you take me as I am? Overlook all my mistakes. They'll correct me when I'm wrong. Humble me, put me in my place. Would you be the one I'll come to when I'm needing an escape? Still be my biggest fan if I cancelled all my dates. I got shit I haven't dealt with. Would you help me through my pain? If it's any reassurance, just know I would do the same. Looking at you, I know that God took his time. Hope I'm seeing the real you, not a disguise. Know I like my time alone, but still don't wanna be lonely.
There's so many good things she's saying here.
Time flies, can't tell you how much we spent, cause I'm present in this moment, hope this feeling never ends.
Wake up. Cause in this dream I'll never be alone.
The guitar piece in this is so good. Those little muted strings.
Never wake up.
can let it go.
She's bringing everything into this album.
I'm hoping that I'll never wake up. Never thought you'd be so special in my life. This is love built over time, this weren't love at first sight. When planning for my future, I've been keeping you in mind. If we ever grow apart, hope our stars will realign. You know where you come from, you ain't forgotten. It's an honor to witness and watch you blossom. You want words of affirmation and I got them for you. No situation is perfect, but giving up without trying is what we're not gonna do. I'm speaking your love language, reading body language. Our connection requires a deeper understanding. Communication isn't always verbal, but energy transferred is universal. They talk about we put it into practice. Center each other, making sure nothing here can knock us off our axis. That's real companionship. You as sweet as molasses. Intelligence that's matched with beauty in all its facets. Here to see us going forwards and never backwards. Anyone that's in our presence sees the clear attraction. Past situations didn't work and someone done the hard graft just for you to reap the benefits, but that's what happens. My God, been looking divine lately, hydrated, melanated. Don't like the fuss, but this deserves to be celebrated. There's a certain flex that comes with feeling exhilarated. Ain't it just the best owning it, knowing
Hoping
you've
that I'll
elevated.
never wake up. 'Cause in this dream I'll never be alone. You saved my life.
It's a great like little R&B break in the middle of this album.
Something so special we can let it go. With you I'll never be alone. I'm hoping that I'll never wake up. 'Cause in this dream I'll never be alone. You saved my life. I'm hoping that I'll never wake up. Something so special we can let it go. With you I'll never be alone. I'm hoping that I'll never wake up.
The intro for that is something like, yeah, we're gonna slow this one down. We're gonna roll it back. Talk about you. Gonna talk about me. That's all I got. Okay. What I love about this, obviously, I think the idea behind it is like relationship like a dream. Hope I never wake up. Let's see what she has to say. And then I just want to look at a few things real quick. A really beautiful, poetic song on love. Sometimes as artists, we tend to draw from traumatic times for great art, or hurt, or in pain. It's nice for me to be able to draw from a place of real joy in my life for this song, even where it sits on the album right in the center, the heart. That is something that I picked up on and really wanted to celebrate about this song, is it does give a picture of a very mature relationship, something that I think people can hear and learn and aspire for in their own lives. I mean, look at these things. Take me as I am, overlook all my mistakes. Obviously, like as people, we're striving to be the best possible person for our partner. But at the same time, like we have to overlook some mistakes or else we nitpick each other. And of course, there are mistakes, there are habits that have to have attention drawn to them. They're like, hey, this could be detrimental to our relationship. But there's so many little things, so many nuances that could get on your nerves or could just divide you that you have to overlook. The idea of love covers a multitude of sins. Though correct me when I'm wrong, humble me, put me in my place. Like it's this recognition that yes, that sometimes there needs to be loving conversation, loving correction. It's like, hey, I just want to talk about this thing, or I was curious about this, or whatever it might be. I love this idea of helping me through my pain. But there's one thing in here. No, I like my time alone, but still don't want to be lonely. This is something, as my sons are moving into the age where, they're considering girlfriends. My oldest is 15, my middle is about to turn 13. This is something I've encouraged, and even the girl that my almost 13-year-old, real sweet girl, that he talks to, and yet like she's not super needy, like she's confident in her own space, and I wanted to, my wife and I took a moment to celebrate that about her to him, because it can come from girls or from guys, this like insecurity, right? And generally when somebody encounters somebody that is very self-sufficient, that is strong, it can breed this insecurity that's like, well, why don't they want to talk to me all the time? Why do they want their own space? Why are they okay like being with their friends and not wanting to hang by me all the time? And I think that that's triumphant, the ability to exist in a room together and it be okay that maybe you're talking to your friends and she's talking to her friends, or that she doesn't feel the need to talk all the time, and you got to fight that insecurity that can come up in you that's like, well, maybe she doesn't like me. Obviously, there are times that those things could mean like there are deeper issues or whatever. But I also love that idea that it's like a healthy relationship realizes they've got their own interests and their own things, and that's fine. It doesn't mean they love you any less necessarily. And I just think that's a really positive thing to put forward. My wife and I always joke, because we grew up in the Atlanta area, still live in Georgia, but Six Flags, the theme park, I just always remember, and you still see it to this day, like standing in line, you got these teenagers that are just full of hormones, and they're sweaty, and they're just like hanging over it, all over each other in line. And I'm looking at my wife, who's beautiful, the love of my life, and we'll hold hands, some walking around the park or whatever, but like we each have our own space, and we're sweaty and hot, and there's a lot going on. And it's just funny to see that, like just hanging on each other all the time. The other side, and then I'll shut up, of course, you got to foster that physical touch, but it may also not be the person's love language. And so it's all a dance and all a balance. But I just love how she put forward many traits that make up a mature, functional, hopefully long-lasting relationship. And you can tell that was kind of her aim in it as well. Okay, track 11. This is the rapper that came to tea. It is an interlude.
Oh, hello. You're early. We weren't expecting you today, but since you're here, please, sit. Would you like a cup of tea? There you go. Now, we'll be a full house today, and many are unaware that you're joining. Not to be alarmed. I'm sure it will be fine.
It's so whimsical.
However, the extroverts like to be entertained, and I was told you don't talk much. A question, if I may. What's a girl like you want in a place like this? You see, I've seen many come and go in my lifetime. Those that last have given up, made sacrifices to be here. Do you have the willingness to do the same? Better yet, what's the price that's worth your freedom?
This is so interesting.
Food for thought, dear. Take it as you wish. The bravest of hearts can sometimes be the loneliest of souls. And pride comes with pain, so to be proud is a losing game. Are you the type to run or dance in the rain? Your mind is the most powerful tool. Never look back.
It's almost like these little affirmations throughout the album. It's almost like listening to a musical soundtrack. Let's let it roll. This is Rollin Stone.
I was in Sao Paulo,
Okay.
and I couldn't believe my surroundings. Sure, I got the ends of me listening to Hetty getting gassed in the mountains. No time for the first strap, nigga, I'm quenched. I drink from a different fountain. Hard food when I serve that. All these little fish get fried and your yam get pounded. Might be a brat for a bit. Fuck your blunt, man, I want my spliffs. Want my farm and I want my chicks. Want my suit tailored by Gucci. First class to Shibuya for the sushi. Give me my checks and give me my plaques. Want breakdowns and I want my stats. Pronto. Yeah, good flow. Make you wanna dance all day like Alfonso. Wanna talk about peas, wanna talk about ways.
All right, I will.
I can't vouch for a man that ain't got a talent and business combo. It's all a sport, flow and archery, don't get hit with the crossbow. Stay to myself, been true to the core. I was always
If there's a drop in this, it's gonna be sick.
Calling shots like a calling favors, facts. My niggas got me if I ever need that. Still, there's things I'm faced with. Storms ain't lying, man, it's fools audacious. Might demonstrate frustration, trying to keep cool, but I'm losing patience. No cap, we hate snakes and we hate rats. You can have opinions, just don't mislead the youth in your raps.
Mommy handled business, Papa was a Rolling Stone. I'm a mix of both, there ain't no bitch boy in my bones. Fucking up this stole, let's say it's pizza. You can't get in Italy, fashion week, can't shut down Milan down to Rome. Looking like the future got you fearing the unknown. I got stories regarding your bitch I won't disclose. Picture perfect, nothing picture perfect, here I know. All illusion, while the world confusing, I don't know. You can't diss me, free time, pull up behind, never see I. I'm probably the reason why your boss is had to resign.
I love the effects it's putting on the voice there.
Like I'm Eli. I'll just book a flight only to land and have some me time. Let me be on. Taking time at home, I spot, go through your time now.
Is this chill hop? Is that what it's called?
Pull up at your spot, they're throwing roses at my feet. Yeah, fuck you mean? In the presence of a queen, bad bitch, say that she wanna know what's underneath. I could show you things in private, no, I hate to cause a scene, yeah. Range black, just to match the color of my skin. Last year, pen was crazy, this year tougher with the ink, yeah. Now the people miss me, they like, where the fuck you been, yeah. Counted all my losses, manifested all my wins, yeah. Can't believe it's in me here, that's had you listening, wow. Fuck that bitch for now, you didn't know she had a twin, yeah. I've been in my zone, moving low-key in Berlin, you can get the smoke, nigga, that's this kind of problem.
That's awesome.
Where do I begin? You might just find out, we'll soon go through your time now.
Rollin Stone, Rollin Stone, Rollin Stone, Rollin Stone.
Okay, I don't think that that's chill hop, because isn't chill hop is similar to like lo-fi, which is very chill. Just help me understand that kind of genre or name within that song, because obviously I was expecting a drop. It wasn't what I was expected, but it moves into this like real slow, like darker but attitude type cadence. And I want to know what to call that in the future. I think it's most often seen, at least in my experience, which isn't a lot, from female rap artists, just because they have a way of embodying that almost like sultry but attitude type of delivery on that. And I find it really interesting. Okay, let's see here. Rollin Stone. Says this cut reminds me somewhat of 09 Simz, spitting with rapidness and being witty, and I'm also finding new ways to use my voice on the second half here, letting my evil twin have her time. Is this something recurring? Because I noticed that in the lyrics. Simbi. So I'm wondering if that's callbacks from other albums. Simbi. Which is her actual legal name. Let's see. Simbi, or as you'll all probably know her by, Little Simz, rapper. Okay. Multiple mixtapes, EPs, albums, but none broke the ground. This release in her prior album, Gray Area, which actually got a write-up. Gray Area had achieved quite an impressive feat, being regarded as one of the best releases of its years. It helped Little Simz become a larger name. Her track Venom became the sound of a TikTok trend, which at the time of writing this has garnered 658,000 videos. She had a cameo in the film Venom, Let There Be Carnage, where she remixed her aforementioned song. I don't know if this is going to give us insight that we're looking for. We'll do one other search real quick, see if we can find anything. All right, I don't want to spend too much time searching around here. Let me know, because it almost feels like maybe it's a callback to some previous work where she's introduced herself as Simbi, and maybe this kind of alter ego in a sense. Okay, this is track 13, titled Protect My Energy. Okay.
That's why I love being alone, protecting my energy. That's why I sinking on my own. Don't you think you're saving me? Don't call me. I don't
This reminds me of games I played on the Sega Genesis. Kind of like dance.
I'm so guarded. Heart is like a stone.
Maybe 70s?
Hate to be controlled. Think of what you say to me. Total silence is my therapy. I don't need your sympathy. Eternal guidance is all that I seek. Don't disturb my inner peace. 'Cause I'd rather be alone, my only one second. Feel me so, rather be lonely, my only one second. Feel me so, rather be alone, my only one second. Feel me so, rather be alone.
This really tracks with the idea of an introvert.
That's why I love being alone, I'm so guarded. Heart is like a stone. I hate to be controlled. Total silence is my therapy, protecting my energy.
What an awesome change of sound. I hope it'll give us some insight onto what that's really like a love letter to. I tried to put my finger on it, like this 70s dance type energy. Says this one is one of the songs I'm really looking forward to performing live. It's a stepper and it got me really wanting to sing, to be honest. I very much enjoy being around good company, but these days I enjoy my personal space. I want to protect that. Introvert anthem. Yeah, 100%, you know, because ultimately what she's saying in the beginning of this album is that I'm going to step up, I'm going to step out, but at the same time, you got to protect your energy. And, you know, most introverts really recharge through that alone time. So yeah, this is really fun, man. The idea of an introvert anthem. I wonder, let me look in the kind of album notes real quick. See if more was said about this. No, okay, that's what we read on Genius. Yeah, help me call out, you know, what kind of era or sound that's a love letter to. Okay, looks like we have two. Okay, we have an interlude here, Never Make Promises, track 14.
Never make promises, nothing ain't promised at all. Oh, when we fight, we fold. Oh, when we fight, we fold. Never make promises, nothing ain't promised.
So it's continuing this trend of this like stage show. And they're all like whimsical and proper. All right, let's let it roll. Track 15.
I do what I want, I do what I like, I know what face, I no fear nobody, nobody. I do what I want, I do what I like, I know what face, I no fear nobody, nobody.
So it's similar to like No Woman, No Cry.
If I want it, it's mine.
Just the way he was singing those lines.
Hey.
Family no go so far, oh, in my lifetime. They be fine, doing proper, no lie, give me strength, let me prosper. Daddy say he want me to be lawyer, be doctor, riff-raff, kitty gun, window shopper. Oh yeah, fine boy, take away auntie, bougie, akile, oh I fancy. When I see a type,
One time kill. If I want it, it's mine. You can't stop me. Hey, you can't stop me, oh, you can't stop me. One time kill. You can't stop me, oh, you can't stop me. One time kill. You can't stop me, oh, you can't.
I wonder if he's Nigerian as well.
You can't stop.
Would this be considered kind of reggae?
Can't stop me.
I do as I want, I do as I like. I no watch face, I no fear nobody, nobody. Said I do as I want, I do as I like. I no watch face, I no fear nobody, no fear nobody. A mini paid, what can you offer? Snakes in the grass, don't trust them. Point and kill, Costa. Small trouble, never stalking Costa. That's in any city, you can come and see it with me. Reality will hit you, cause not everywhere's pretty. But for now, bring the naira, come gimme. Can't stop greatness, what's the point in trying hard not to recognize all this pressure we applying? Tell my people rise up, can never be silenced. You think we're apologetic, I think we're defiant. Mommy say I gotta be a go-getter. Got the devil trying to tempt me, but I know better. Never been the type to not acknowledge all the signs. It's the fact that everything I want is in front of my eyes. So when I see it die,
One thing kill. If I want it, it's mine. You can't stop me, huh? One thing kill. One thing kill. You can't stop me, oh, you can't stop me. One thing kill. You can't stop me, oh, you can't stop me. One thing kill. You can't stop me, oh, you can't stop me. One thing kill. You can't stop me, oh, you can't stop me.
I love that idea, point and kill, which I believe the song is trying to portray as like, if you want something, go get it. Do what you set your mind to. Let's see if we get any insight. This is a big vibe. It feels very much like Nigeria to me. And Obongjayar, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, is one of my favorites at the moment. We recorded this in my living room on a whim, and I'm very, very grateful he graced this song. The title comes from a phrase used in Nigeria to pick out fish at the market or a store. You point, they kill. That's cool. But also metaphorically, whatever I want, I'm going to get it in the same way, essentially. During a now deleted Instagram story, Simz said that Point and Kill was her favorite track on the album, adding, in LA Flow, is that supposed to be in flow? That's who we looked at. Oh, in LA, Flow made the beat on a quick one. We got there, guys. We left it for a while. I came back to London, then Obongjayar pulled up on me and he put down his vocal in my living room. Pure vibes. So yeah, I guess my question would be, is it its own genre, or does reggae cross, like, is reggae just Jamaican influenced? I feel like it is a bigger genre from all kinds of different influence. Let's see, is there Nigerian reggae? Nigerian reggae, style of reggae fusion that evolved in the late 1960s, later became a major part of the music of Nigeria, especially after the rise of singer Magic Fashik. Fashik was a member of the long-running band Jaw Sticks, along with Ras Kimono and Amos McRoy. Let's see here. Stephen Umo, better known by his stage name Obongjayar, is a Nigerian singer based in London, England. Yeah, I was curious to see if it would kind of name some of his like musical style. Sparse production, Afrobeat rhythms. I've heard Afrobeat a lot. A West African music genre infusing influences from Nigerian and Ghanaian music with American funk, jazz, soul influences. Okay, well, let me know a little bit. Bring me in on the inside. But yeah, he did a great job. All right. Track 16. This is Fear No Man. Okay, getting very tribal on this one. Okay.
Rose petal, mommy rose to be rose gold. I just demonstrate greatness they cannot show. No new friends can't be welcomed in my section. See that little zone there, that's a no-go. Tell me who you know, floating on the beat like this. You can't not respect it, I ain't asking you to like this. You can always trust, I'll give you something here to vibe with. Heads turn when I pull out looking stylish. Ain't your typical rapper, I ain't got my neck froze. Still your favourite artist, couldn't even step close. Heard they want my crown, but I ain't never stressed though. Cause to your career that would be detrimental. Come on.
Just like doubling down on the style of the last track. I love the bass step on, up and down on this one.
Sure, I've been a bad breed, I'm my dad's seed. Eyes low, mad lean, blame it on the green. Got a wealth of knowledge, you should listen when I speak. I was probably the hardest kid in the class to teach. Come get on my level, come get on my level. From a young and true, I've been a different kind of rebel. Coming for it all, I'd be a fool if I just settle. The spirit guiding me won't see me dancing with the devil. Cause I... Get what I want when I want it. More time, I don't even want it, to be honest. To you, my life like a movie on steroids, but to me, it's just another day at the office. Put my mum on the cover of a GQ. You can't relate, cause that's something that G's do. Cut through, I'm bobbing and weaving. No one likes a pussy, don't be in your feelings. 10 o'clock, on the dot. Pull up in a new something from the lot. I think I'm being low-key when I'm stepping in, but I'm little Simz, I forgot. Tell them don't be on me looking for a win. Push me, I'ma go 6%, know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Irate, ain't no stopping God's plan. Everybody bleeds red, so I fear no man.
You guys can't see my high stepping knees. Ooh, a little dizzy. Put me around the fire, man.
Oh yeah, come on, fast, I don't got time. Somebody is waiting for me. Hi.
What a triumphant song, man. I want to see the recording sessions for that. Those don't sound like boxed sounds. Sounds like they got people in the studio, and I hope that it shouts it out. It doesn't look like it. This track continues the same vibe even more so. It declares, I'm here, I'm unapologetically me, and I fear no one here. I'm not shook of anyone in this rap game. Let's see if we can find out a little information on the production side of this. Come on, you gotta give me more. need the knowledge, man. It doesn't look like I'm going to get it at this present moment. Let me know if you have any insight on how they made that song, or, you know, what band that they brought in, or what group. Okay. This is one more interlude, and then the final 2 tracks to close out the album. This is track 17, titled The Garden. Oh, there's Simbi again.
You see, Simbi, your decisions don't just affect you. Your first love often blinds you. To be loved is to be held. How many do you believe have felt your presence when needed the most? When in fear of the unknown, who do you call? Patience is a virtue. Trust your intuition, but get out of your head. Masking your emotions is a weakness. It's a kindness to let people in. Humble pie is often the hardest to swallow. Be your best friend and not your worst enemy. Feelings of being misunderstood are hard to fathom.
She really had a message she wanted to communicate in this album.
All you give will be all you shall receive. Water your seeds. Give your garden the love it needs.
Ooh, let's lock in. Let's listen. Let's go where it wants to take us. Beautiful. Let's let it roll. Track 18. How did you get here?
How the hell did I get here? Sometimes I sit and I wonder. I'm the version of me I always imagined when I was younger. All the doubt I had thrown at me, all the time I invested. I sit and read my old lyric books like damn, it must have been destined. Stuck to it, I improvised my way here, no rules. Back when it was serious, handing mixtapes out in my school. All I had was my brain and my hunger, had to use that as tools. Amount of people that told me no when I turned that into my fuel. Slacking in my schoolwork, didn't care much. Sisters are getting on to me, but trust me, this music thing is my prophecy. I didn't need to convince them, cause they saw it all from just watching me. Now I got them on side, confidence rises, there ain't no stopping me, I'm unstoppable. Got a strong head on my shoulders, and being good hearted don't cost it all. Times I thought I had lost it all, when I ain't even have shit to my name. Studio runs on foot, trekking through the rain. Made me into what I became. All I wanted to be around was like-minded people on the same page, and I found that in space. space age. Back then we never had a penny, but it didn't matter to us because our soul was nourished. Shooting music videos in Chuck's garden with no budget. Came up with some real ones. All the talent we had to harvest. We didn't always see eye to eye, but they always had my back regardless. That was a pivotal time. Breaks my heart, it didn't work, but we tried. Still, I had never aborted the mission. All that I've taken is all God has given. When Tola's talking to me, then I listen. Told me to follow my own intuition. Go with the pace I set for myself. I don't need drums to follow the rhythm. Couldn't have planned this, it was just written. Many dreams I'm sitting on. I made up of the same stars that I wish upon. Times I thought that my prayers weren't getting answered, but boy was I wrong. All it took was me knowing I'm meant to be here. It's where I belong, it's where I belong, yeah. And sometimes I forget.
I love songs retracing people's steps.
The journey. It's been a beautiful one. Sometimes I sit and I wonder. I'm the version of me I always imagined when I was younger. All the albums I studied, learned about flow and cadence. I sit and listen to my old shit, like damn all it took was patience. Story over the glory, other paths that weren't for me. Wasn't much of an academic or road invested or sporty. Made the most of all I was blessed with the tools in my inventory. Things the teachers don't teach you, and now the student might lead you. If you want to leave the class and you're free to. Everything here's subjective. If it's down where we're standing, you might understand the perspective. How the hell did you get far? You ain't get no head start. All decisions we made is based on our circumstance. We hope to surpass. It took most of our lifetime to wake up, smell the roses, realize that the world is ours. Us and them, but we worlds apart. Nothing in life comes easy, and you work twice as hard cause you black. Used to think mom exaggerated till the world showed me it's fact. Still it's mine for the taking. Lock the doors and we breaking. Still got love for them non-believers. They're the ones that said we won't make it. Everything you want is out there waiting for you to take it. The key is to have faith in your dreams and never stop chasing, and you'll make it. Trust.
How did you get?
All it was perseverance, pushing, never giving up. They built them walls so high up and we tore them down. They told us no, we said yes. It's okay. Some get it, some don't.
It didn't take you long to get here,
but we keep pushing on.
How did you believe you would get here?
And in times of doubt,
you didn't sell your soul, but you held on.
Always.
It didn't take you long to get here.
And here we are. It's a story of never ending. It's been a long road. Feel good, don't it? Yeah.
It didn't take you long to
tell your kids to play this.
How did you believe you would get here?
Simz.
Yeah, I feel like that track really just doubles down on, like I said, I love tracks that kind of retrace an artist's story. I'm the kind of person, what was it? Was it 2014 Forest Hills Drive with J. Cole? The outro on that album is super long, but I listened to the whole thing, enjoyed the whole thing. Same with Kanye's outro on The College Dropout. I don't know, but that goes into my like love for behind the scenes type content and trying to understand somebody a little bit more and hearing the stories and things like that. So this is what she had to say. I want everyone to know how I got here, from the jump, school days, to my rap group, Space Age. We were just figuring it out, being persistent. I cried whilst recording this song. It all hit me like I'm actually recording my 4th album. Sometimes I sit and wonder if this is all really true. Yeah, I was curious about the mention of Space Age. Okay, there's no annotation here for it, but we can take a look real quick before we move into the closer. Well, I don't know if this is the right one. Not getting anything real easy pulling up. Space Age, 10 years ago today. Early in her career, Little Simz forms a collective called Space Age with fellow rappers Josh Arce, Chuck 20, Tilla Arce, Arc, I don't know. Sorry. She often features them on her songs and in her videos to help boost their visibility. Have you ever heard her repeat the refrain space, space, space in her older music? That's a reference to Space Age. Despite Space Age's short-lived existence, Simz cites the experience as significant to development of her career on her song, How Did You Get Here? Okay. I wonder if they're still making music. All right, here we go. Track 19. This is the closing, which going through all the rest of this album, I'm kind of surprised. It's 3 minutes, 28 seconds. This is the kind of album that I would feel like there'd probably be this kind of elongated close. So let's see how she brings it home.
I don't wanna be up and down for days, laying in my misery, hoping I'll be saved. Stuck in my ways, stubborn, I know it can't be changed. Living in isolation, attention I never crave. There go little Simbi from around the way. She wanted the credibility, never cared for fame. While the palette fades, release the colors of pain. It's a black and white world, still in the area grey. Looking back, was it all a waste of?
Try to call back to her previous album.
What you been up to, and will you be home soon? And when are you dropping again? Sussing me out, secretly hoping I'm done with the pen. No receipts, can't return the gift I was sent. Everything I touch is felt with the purest intent. Conversations with you was causing resentment. Hard to accept the realness, she said. I've been loving you freely. Back when you was broke, handing out them CDs. Tried to fall in love and you cut cause you need me. I told you give it up and you never believe me. Your obsession with me is being your Achilles heel. Feelings equals weakness and that's why you bury yours. Understand you were just a vessel for the Lord. Lying hard, don't you feel these blessings in your pores?
Oh, I love that.
Little misleading, misguided, misunderstood, misjudged. Little mistaken, heartbroken, that's basic mistrust. For many days and for many nights, I just couldn't fathom all the fake stuff. Eyes wide open to fate love, cause no one's checking for you when you got it bad and you're in the worst, lowest place, still can never crash. Strong women bounce back and secure bags. Know it's in my DNA to only be great. Niggas trying hard to get the juice and them lemonade. The right words for a living and still can't communicate. Honesty is in my bones, I can't do the fake. Life's too short and I've seen too many tears. I've come too far for me to be consumed by my fears. Can't believe the space I'm in with my older sister. I left the global empire and now she thinks I dissed her. It weren't now, I just needed to explore shit on my own. I just needed to figure out, I probably let my anger get the best of me. When it comes to family, see now you testing me. You want my everything until there's nothing left of me. I just wanted you to call me saying, hey sis, how's your day been? How's your love life? Who you dating? Oh, he fucked up, yo, I had the same thing. But there's a bigger picture, God is painting. It's hard mixing family and business. I really wanted it to work and God is my witness.
So misunderstood, you're misunderstood. Don't stop, I can feel your pain. I can see your tears. So misunderstood, you're misunderstood.
I do find that an interesting note to leave us on within this album. It almost feels like How Did You Get Here would have been a more appropriate closing. But let's go see what she has to say. It says, this is the perfect closer. I could have ended on the last track easily, but I don't know. It's kind of like doing 99 reps. You've done 99, that's amazing, but you can do one more to just make it 100. You can, if you can. Wait. And for me, it was like, I'm going to get this one in there. Yeah. I mean, it's her album, you know, and the album's triumphant regardless, but it is interesting even her saying that, because I feel like that song would have been great many places in there, but lyrically, thematically, How Did You Get Here feels like a very appropriate closing, almost like, you know, she met us in this very, like, opens the front door, it's just big, and it's like, come on in, and then kind of walks us through this whole journey, and then is holding our hand to let us out the back door, but then kind of hitting misunderstood. Feels like something that should have been within inside that journey. All that being said, absolutely beautiful album. I think musically beautiful, very diverse musically, high moments, deeper moments. There's a lot of interesting kind of like, you've got the tribal stuff, you've got more dance type stuff, you've got kind of hard hitting UK rap. So the cinematic sides of it, you get these interludes that all feel this kind of musical aspect to it. As far as just from her, really feels like a woman tapped into deeper things in life, a wisdom, a maturity, still learning, still growing. I mean, 32 is still fairly young, but I don't know, man. I think that this kind of music, it's needed from all generations, but especially those who are writing and able to stay musically relevant in their 30s, in their 40s, that kind of music is really needed as well. And the messages that are in there and the way to take certain life scenarios and bring a mature or a wise perspective to it, at least really speaks to me. And I think is very much needed. So really great experience. I'm looking forward to listening back through this one again. I said it once, I'll say it again. You guys knocked it out of the park on Patreon. What a great suggestion. Thank you so much. Thank you if you're still here with me to the end, for listening with me, being with me. I hope that you've gained something from this, or maybe I can just kind of restore the joy to some extent of the first time you heard this as well. I would encourage you, if you're interested, go check me out on Patreon, see if you want to be a part of the community there. We'll work on getting up all of the content from this album over there, building a really great positive community, and the support really helps make this channel happen. So thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Always love having a conversation with you guys there. And guess in the end, we're eating good. Hope to see you in the next one.